Ladies and gentlemen, I don't mean to alarm you, but we have done it. We have the second episode of the Killer Set podcast. Proudly introducing the guys in Drowning Atlantis. I've known these guys for years and years now. They're a bunch of awesome guys for coming on. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this as much as you enjoyed the last one. Apologies for the last podcast. The audio probably wasn't the best, and it's probably not the best for this one either. But we're working with what we've got at the moment. As we gain popularity, if ever, we will improve our technology and microphones. But at the moment, we've only got 2, and they're pretty bad quality. But hopeful wishing and wishful thinking and wishful thinking and the rest of it, and we'll eventually upwards and onwards to bigger and better things. Anyway, second episode, Drowning Atlantis. Their Facebook is Drowning Atlantis. Check them out on their Instagram. I'm pretty sure is Drowning Atlantis as well. But check out their Facebook. Support them at their local gigs. Their last gig at Frankie's Pizza by the Slice, over 200 people rocked up to. So it's a great thing to happen in the scene, and these guys are making waves. So get behind them, and they're a bunch of awesome dudes, as I'm sure you will hear. And enjoy the Killer Set podcast. Mate, you drink beer. You drink beer because you're a man. Fuck yeah. Alright, sick. So I've already done the intro, but we don't have to do it. But yeah, we're here with the double chamber. Joy! Mate, fuck. That's on fucking film. Oh, God. Shit, cut. Let's start it again. Let's bring it back. With the Drowning Atlantis boys. I am fucking ashamed for saying that, because I've known you guys for, well, at least you two, for fucking years. A long time. Since the reinception. Of like, was it 2013? That's gone on for like almost 5 years.
Well, we didn't start playing shows to 2014. So
Yeah.
we announced that we were coming back in 2013 at some point, probably June-ish. Yeah, there was a lot of
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was before you guys even had a fucking drummer.
Yeah.
So as the man in shining armor, like, how do you feel?
It's great to be back. No, honestly, I don't remember if you remember being in the band like 2 years.
You were there for a bit, but I don't think I saw you guys play.
Yeah. Should I hold it up closer? Oh yeah, sweet. No, it's pretty cool being back, man. I just miss playing shows and miss hanging out with these guys. They're pretty funny. They're pretty litty. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I love it.
That's fucking mad. Yeah, mad. So shows, your last show was at Frankie's?
Yeah,
That was
that was
fucking insane. Just go and talk about it, bro.
like 250 people there. Oh, that's pretty close to it.
Hello.
It's not even on.
Oh my God, it wasn't even fucking on.
Brad's fault.
Alright,
Do over.
start it again. Do it over.
We're on
Alright.
a roll too, man. We're on a good
Well,
roll.
he had the other mic butt. So Chris had the. Yeah, but you had the other mic butt.
Oh, did I?
Oh,
did I?
just,
Yeah,
just
so
chuck a
it's all good.
compressor on it and a massive limiter. And
Yeah.
fucking right.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, the last gig at Frankie's.
Yeah, Frankie's apparently had like 250 people or something like that, at least. Like, it was nuts. Like, we had no idea. Like, we were there the whole night. And, like, I guess we were kind of at the front the whole time, so we didn't really notice. And, like, have you ever been to Frankie's?
Yeah, dude, Frankie's
Yeah.
like fucking, like, you're going down like a dungeon. Like, you go down.
Yeah.
And there's like a bar. You're like, this is cool. And you're like, oh fuck, there's like a random door.
Yeah.
And you go through it, and it's like fucking pinball machines.
Yeah,
and
a whole new world.
It's amazing.
Mad dark vibe. And that. Got a cool seat.
Low ceiling.
Yeah. Well, you know how they got the curtain? Like, at the stage has like a curtain that comes around it? Yeah. We set it up because they close the curtain as soon as the band finishes.
Yeah.
So, like, we set up with the curtain there. And then all of a sudden the curtain opened and we turned around after our intro and we're just like, oh my God! And, like, because I'm sure I could only see, like, the front row of people.
There's like just packed.
Yeah, but I have a little step that I use live now, so I kind of like stand
Yeah,
on
no,
it
I
to give me a
took-
bit of height.
Yeah, I took
Yeah, you took Jake's one.
the whole night pretty much. So I
Yeah.
was like, yeah,
And
fuck you,
I stood
Jake.
on it. I stood on it when I was doing my tapping in denial, and then all I could see was people. I'm like, holy crap! It was
Yeah,
nuts.
Everyone that night was like spot on though, like Cinematic Chaos.
Yeah, every-
Blades of Hope. That was their debut show as well.
Yeah,
so,
they were really good.
Yeah, I'm very good mates with Dave and that, and I'm very proud of like all them boys.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've been working
New
real
friends
hard
in
for
Blade
that.
of Horus, they were nuts.
Yeah,
Oh.
Blade of Horus are always spot
Oh,
on, man.
they were
are
nuts.
brutal.
They make me feel like the worst guitarist ever.
How do you think I feel being a vocalist? Have you heard that guy? He's an animal.
Worst guitarist ever, or?
No, vocal,
He is the worst
vocal.
guitarist though.
I am pretty horrible at guitar though. But and yeah, Atlantis of the Sky as well.
Yeah, Lance of the
Yeah,
Sky.
they
We've
killed
been
it.
mates with those boys for a long
Yeah.
time. I had a mad testy pop.
They played on our first show back in 2014.
Yeah,
so
our first show back was with Atlantis of the Sky, so they've known us for a long time.
Yeah.
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 First show Evs.
Have a drink.
Yeah, so like props to you guys because, like I said, I think the other show I saw with you guys play was at
Oh,
CC's.
Yeah, CC's was
That was
probably
that was
my
nuts.
favorite show ever.
Yeah, because that's another question. I say like that's like favorite show. I saw you guys play there. It was fucking packed.
Yeah.
Like it was insane. And hometown, and it's sad that it's shut now. I think that's it's a real shame, but it'll come.
That ran that show really wanted us to come back, so it sucks. That
Yeah.
They closed it.
Even though I was there for that show, I wasn't doing vocals, but even though I was there in the audience, and that was a good show, man. It was awesome. Yeah.
Didn't you do vocals but for a different band though?
No, what band are you talking about, Brad? I have no idea what you're talking about. Something about AIDS, I think. Might have to cut that.
No editing for shit. You should have heard the Double Chamber boys bash the shit out of Destroy All Lines and Hot Damn. No, not you guys. No, they just got paid for one of their Hot Damn shows.
Oh, dude,
They just got paid now. Like,
we've been waiting for payment for like 2.5 years from Destroy. We got like 4 shows they owe us.
yeah, if I get onto them, get onto them.
Given up.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I've resent the invoices like so many times. And
Yeah.
I give up.
yeah, no. They recently just got paid, and yeah, that was a fiasco. But yeah, they were talking about their favorite shows, and that was one of theirs. I think it was like the first time that Hot Damn moved to Scary, and they flooded the fucking place because have you seen BJ pour the water on himself?
Yeah.
He did that, flooded the place, and then they were like, "We're cutting part of your pay," and we're like, "Fuck it," and like, well, we haven't got the pay yet, so we don't know what part got cut, but we're just whatever.
They owe us like $600 or something like that. Like,
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that in the industry and expecting people to fucking turn up every week. Like,
yeah.
That's fucked. No.
But that's over like the space of a couple years. Like,
Oh, but still, it's like $600 to a band is
Oh,
new,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
new equipment.
That's half of the EP. We're about half of the session.
Even petty,
Yeah.
man. Even fucking petty.
yeah, getting the places like
Yeah.
it's insane.
Just imagine $600 worth of Jack Daniels.
Would you,
Like,
Jack Smoke.
yeah, you guys definitely have drunk $600 worth of Jack Daniels in that time, at least. Yeah, for sure.
Especially when I go to Thailand. It's 200 baht a fucking single Jack, mate. Fucking, and then by the end of the night, 200 baht is like maybe
3 homers.
$4. Do the math. I have no idea.
About
Like every
350.
dollar.
So yeah, it was like I said, it was awesome seeing you guys, or hearing you guys kill fucking Frankies, because
Cheers, man.
like I said, being with you guys before you guys released Grief, which is your EP. That's all. That tells you like you guys have played Grief how many fucking times through,
dude.
like yeah. You're like I just picked up the lyrics and now we're gonna change shit.
Actually,
What is this?
We've only played it through a couple times. We've only played Acceptance maybe 4 or 5 times live.
Yeah, probably like that.
I don't think I've ever heard you play Acceptance, to be honest.
We did it
So
for. I don't know if you. Mate, shit, give me the microphone, mate.
stop hogging it, Brad. God.
No, it's yeah, I think we've only played Acceptance a couple times. Like, we definitely played for Adam's last couple of shows,
Yeah.
and we played it on our 2 years of Grief tour with Adam.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of like silently agreed that we'd put that the rest as like Adam's song,
Yeah.
like not by Blink, but like
Yeah, but that's
Like-
just the way it was.
because
Yeah.
they just Adam had that connection with it. He just did it so well. I'm like, I don't really want to play it with anyone else.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and because it's such a long song as well, like
It takes
If-
up a lot of the set.
yeah. So like it kind of just suited that after the 2 years of Grief tour, we just put that song the rest, I guess.
It kind of extends our set to
Yeah.
like 30
I
hours.
fucking learned
Yeah.
that song.
What was that?
I fucking learned that song too, bro.
Yeah, you did. That was like the first song you learned. Like, oh, dude, we don't play it anymore.
I literally. I I literally had to learn that song on tour.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
we were in Brisbane with Kurt from Pillager, because Adam couldn't come to that show, and we were in the Loft. It's a mad place to stay, by the way, and we were just deciding like we have to do something different for the Melbourne Adelaide shows, and like because it's Adam, like we need to make it a big set. And we were just discussing like, why don't we put Acceptance back into it? And Chris is like, I don't know it.
I don't know it, bruv.
I'm like, well, you got
I
like
don't
3
know it.
days to learn it. And like we were on the van down to Melbourne, and he's got his iPod in air drumming it, trying to learn it.
Literally, yeah. That was
And
hilarious.
We played it that night, and it was average, but like we.
But you nailed it. Like,
Yeah.
it was,
Like,
you got
a
it through
bunch
it.
of, like me looking. It was like when you're playing and you're looking at each other. I was literally looking up at him like, oh fuck, I don't want to stop this up.
Am I doing a good job?
Yeah.
Wink.
It was mad.
Yeah. So, what's your guys' next show after Frankers? Are you guys back into
We have a
variety
show
and-
next weekend at the Bullface Stag. We're supporting the Daily Chase.
Is that which days? Was that Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday on the 20th.
Ooh, nice.
We
nice,
got
nice.
who's on that? You got Isotopes,
Oh, Isotopes,
Ghost of Pandora, and 10 Years Too Late.
Fuck, solid lineup.
Then
Yeah, mate, he's got it.
we got shows we haven't announced yet, but we're going to Port Macquarie in June.
Ooh, regional
And
tour.
yeah, well, that's what comes the week after that. We're
Oh, shit.
going on tour with some good
Exclusives.
friends of ours. I don't think we're allowed to say it, but we're
That's
going
alright.
to like up. Pretty much what we did for Tears of Grief. We're going up to Brisbane, like Port Macquarie, Tamworth,
Oh, fuck yeah.
Coffs Harbour, Melbourne,
Yeah.
Canberra, Wollongong,
San
Sydney.
Francisco.
Yeah.
San
San
Francisco.
Francisco, New York, San
San
Antonio.
Antonio.
Vegas.
That takes up like the entirety of July.
that's
And,
mad.
yeah, I think I think we told you we're in the studio this weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
Finally finishing every. Oh, fuck, Testy Pops.
Have another drink, mate. Have another drink. You sort it out. You a very good
I need a beer and you become a man.
yeah, mate. Mate, have you ever fucking Winfield Red, mate?
Winnie Blues.
No. White Ox, White Ox.
Yeah. We're heading in tomorrow actually to like finally finish what we started in September.
So it's been since September.
Yeah, we recorded instrumentals in September, and then Joel left while we were in the
Yeah.
studio. So like, we kind of just finished off the instrumentals and called it at that.
Yeah, because I was about to say, like, you guys have had a lot of like not instability, but a lot of changes throughout. Like,
Oh,
even
yeah.
when 2013, 2012, when you guys started getting it, back together. Since then, like, Adam left, and then Adam came back. Ben was there, then left. Then you were there, then left, and then
And
like we
Kyle,
did. Then
yeah.
Kyle, yeah, like just so many people with
Yeah.
in and out. Do you feel like that this is like the final?
I hope so.
Like,
I
you guys are
feel
like
it's-
happy with this.
It
like,
definitely has a very good vibe.
Brock staying silent.
Motherfuckers, you're stuck with me now.
Big fact is I actually never left. I was like, I was just chilling. I was just chilling behind stage every gig.
You've got a contract now. You can't leave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2000,
he has a contract of 2132.
2132.
So his kids taking over.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
firstborn takes the contract.
Like ghost note. Oh, literal ghost notes. Holy shit. That's so
Provided by Chris.
So like with your upcoming album, do you think like it's not album but EP? Do you think like it's changed because of the changes in members?
Definitely. I wrote this EP especially because Grief I kind of started before, as you said, before we had a drummer really.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, Grief was kind of just me and Adam kind of just vibing off like the concept we had of this 5 stages of grief thing. So we kind of just focused on that. Whenever worked. This time we kind of had a bit more of free reign. And Chris being back in the band definitely allowed me to be a bit more
Experimental.
yeah, more experimental, I guess, like a bit more technical and progressive. But also our previous vocalist Joel, he was very aggressive and like fast and aggressive, I guess. So like the EP kind of like is a lot more faster and aggressive than Grief. But thankfully Brock still fits it. That was one thing that was actually really concerning me because I wrote it like based around Joel's vocals capabilities. So I was a bit worried about that, but yeah, I think I'm really happy with how it's all turned out. So
That has been something I'll be trying to work on as well. Like it's sort of hard being jumping straight into a EP and then
Yeah, like you've only been in the band
in
like
the
what,
band
like 3
maybe
months or something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a bit sort of easy and difficult. It's been a bit 50-50 with it. Writing to something that I wasn't sort of a part of out in the beginning. So but I think what we've got is pretty solid in that as well.
Yeah.
So and we're still finding ways a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think like I've already, because it's been so long since the recording of it. Like obviously I've been writing. I've been trying not to because I don't want to get excited for this new stuff before we've even released the previous stuff. So I've been trying to avoid it, but sometimes I can't. But this new stuff again is like, I don't know. This new stuff's completely different from Grief, and then the new stuff I'm writing now is completely different from that again. It's kind of like just like, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's different. Like it's still,
It's just an evolution.
yeah.
So,
It still sounds like us.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm
finding what we like from each release and continuing on with that.
yeah,
It's
and I'm really trying to push myself as a player. I know Chris has been too. Chris has been really pushing
Yeah,
himself.
it's literally like we went to college. Like
Yeah, and
literally like
a full what's it called? Full release? Is that what you call it? Album? I think full release.
album. Yeah,
Yeah, the full length. That's it. I'm like, that's something.
full length.
Hopefully, when that's all done and dusted, it'll be like we graduated.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
and like we've all meshed together and released something that like.
It's definitely pushed me as a vocalist as well, especially coming from how good Adam is. He's a very great vocalist. So he's definitely, shout out to Adam.
You're my boy.
Yeah.
Known you for like 13 years. It's actually his birthday on Saturday. We should
Oh, nice.
Happy birthday, Adam.
Happy birthday, bro.
Oh. I know.
So I guess what I was gonna say is like you've been a band for how many years? Like say we'll say 2012, like for
2013.
2013,
Yeah.
right? We'll say 2013.
Yeah, we'll just count it from there.
we'll start counting from there. Yeah. Your first like Grief is definitely like you're saying with you and Adam,
Yeah.
and Adam's got his own very distinct style, and you're saying this next EP that you're gonna release is kind of faster and quicker, which is not from what you're saying, Joel, it's not what you normally do, but it's something that you've grown into. Like you sort of had to push yourself to get into it, not in a negative way, but it's expanding your range, which is always good as a vocalist. But do you feel like and you guys were saying that you're sort of finding your stance or like getting your groove with these couple of ones, and you think the next one, fingers crossed, you guys are all say there's no change in band members, that then the
That'd be nice.
next one you release will be, you're coming of age album, like your album, your full release, like what these last 4 or 5 years, 6 years, who knows when it will be released, but
Yeah.
the culminative work of all those years come together, and you guys will actually have your own groove. And
Yeah. Like as weird as it is, like we've kind of always been told that we have like our own unique sound, which is kind of weird to me. But like, yeah, I guess like this new EP, I think it's more kind of what I play naturally, I guess. Which back when I wrote Grief, it was what I play naturally then. And I guess like as I've just gone along, like my influence have changed a little bit. But like it's not insanely different to Grief. I think. No. It's just like the parts of Grief just have a little bit more progressiveness to it, I guess. And then the new stuff, nothing's really set in stone yet, so who knows. But the new stuff is kind of just like the EP on steroids. Like the new one, it's kind of it's a lot more technical, but not too techy. I'm shit. I'm not that good.
We ain't no contortionists.
Or Reflections.
Yeah.
Shout out to Reflections. Great band, come back.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say like even with when you guys released Grief, just to harp on it about it a bit more, you guys were different because you had the synth and stuff behind
Yeah.
it. Like it was similar in a lot of ways to what the metal genre is, but it had its own sort of own little groove that was a little bit separate.
Yeah.
So, like I think as you guys get more and more comfortable together and more experience together, that you'll cut your own groove more and more, and that's what you want. You don't want to be like everybody else.
Exactly, yeah. And that's actually something we were talking about at the Architect show, like Tuesday 2 days ago. We were talking about like I don't know when it came about, but somehow along the line I learned how to write strings, like in the strings in bargaining. Like the bargaining was the last song we finished on the EP, and I don't know how all of a sudden I just could write strings, and like I got more in depth with the samples, and there's a lot of samples in this new EP. It's like a lot of layers, like backing layers, like ambience and like choirs and stuff like that to make it more full. And I don't know when that happened, but I'm very glad it did because I love it. I love playing with that stuff.
He goes to the opera house He goes to the opera house heaps.
Yeah, I
He's
sing,
just
I
getting
sing
with
my
his-
own choirs.
With his little tape recorder, he's got his phone out. He's just fucking recording the opera singers. But yeah, so it's like talking about influences. Like, what do you guys feel like personally? What your influences are? But as a band, do you guys have someone you aspire to be, or aspire to sort of not sound like, but you look at and go, "Fuck!" Like it's so cool how they've cut their own groove, like I was saying before.
Yeah, I think it kind of. I think Jake's brought this up before. Like, 'cause I'm like the primarily writer. No, it doesn't matter. Primary writer. I'm the primary writer in this band. Like, I've written everything from like back in the early days before we don't talk about. But yeah, back in high school days. Jake's brought up before that I kind of grabbed like my favorite parts of everything I'm into and just kind of combined them together. I think as we've all got everyone along, like everyone has completely different influences, and I think that's really starting to come through. Especially like Chris coming back into the band. Like he's like Gent Lord. He loves like a lot of progressive stuff, and like again, that's allowed me to be a bit more groovy and a bit more like offbeat with certain things. I love doing that stuff, but I've never really done it before. So like having him in the band again has really allowed me to open up to that. Yeah, and like experiment a bit more. Me and him have been writing some tasty grooves lately, so that's great.
Good.
Yeah,
Dank.
but yeah, I think everyone has some pretty different influences. So yeah,
Mine are definitely like Sam Carter, Landon Tours, Sam Carter from Architects, Landon Tours from Plotting You, and they're more my recent sort of inspirations and stuff. But even. And a lot of people hate this guy, hey, Danny Warstop, man. A lot of people hate him. I know, but he's such a good vocalist, I reckon. And he's like screaming along to that dude and Ollie Sykes and stuff as well. Like back in the day though, like I learned vocals pretty much from screaming along to that shit. So like, yeah. And then as time goes on and stuff, now like my vocals have changed and whatnot. Also, so like I practice and sing a lot of Architects and stuff like that. So I feel like my vocals is sort of leaning towards that sort of side of metal and shit. But Chris,
as of now, I'd still say Volumes. Volumes. After the Burial is a massive one, literally. What else? After the Burial, old like Reflections I used to love. Can't think of anything else, eh? Yeah, that's pretty good too.
how could I forget Adrian from Northlane?
Yeah. Yeah, Adrian. Adriano. Yeah, but lately I've been listening to this band called Invent Animate. They're really good. I don't know if you've heard of them, but listen to them, man. He's good. If you like the Singularity kind of Northlane, like they're like that. They're really good.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of metal, so like it was a lot of always Bullet for My Valentine, Atreyu, sort of things like that.
Yeah.
And Kesha.
Kesha.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't really listen to that much heavy music. Like if you go through my iTunes account, there'll be maybe 20 heavy bands, and the rest of it is all it's all pop.
It's all pop.
Yeah, it's all pop. Like I listen to a lot of like classical music, like Andy McKee and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it's.
So it's like a completely. I guess like I've heard that. I think it was a Rings of Saturn album. It's actually at the end of their cover of what's the something Coward, something anyway. They did a cover and at the end, someone was talking. I presume it's the lead singer, or someone else, and they were like, "I'm fucking butchering this story." But basically, like the guy was saying, I'm in a metal band, and I don't want to sound like anybody else, so I don't listen to a lot of metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't want to be influenced by other people. Like, like when you're at a live show, obviously you listen to them and you appreciate what they do, but you don't want to be influenced them by them. So you take influences from other places. So, so like Matt was saying before with his, with the music, making it deeper and heavier and like, with a lot more, like you're saying strings and stuff in the background and like Brad, you were saying with your influences as well, like it and that's what gives you a different sound, because if you're just doing what everybody else is doing, it's just like, oh fuck, here's another atypical metal band, and they're all wearing black Vans and black skinny jeans, and they're all upset about something.
Black Vans, skinny jeans. What are you talking about?
Sad boy.
I got brown Vans, so
Vans represent. Shout out the Vans.
Yeah, shout out to Vans. Sponsor us, please.
Yeah,
please, we need fucking money.
I would gladly take free Vans. I need a new jacket.
Yeah.
So.
To be honest.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That would be sick.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I would love to play Vans Warped Tour.
Well, that's the
monster.
That's the thing. Like with Vans Warped Tour, like in the States, it's almost like a local gig but taken on the road.
Yeah.
So you get like all the big local guys, and which in America is like all the big international guys.
Yeah.
But you take them on a road tour. But in Australia, they try to basically just recreate Soundwave that
Yeah.
way, and it was just like it's the same headline as from Soundwave. It's like, oh, it's not what it should be.
When I heard it was coming, I got so excited because I literally thought the American Warped Tour was just coming to Australia. I was like, oh my god.
No. Yeah, the rest of it. But so I don't know what I was gonna say next. Influences.
My influences.
Matt's influences.
I kind of started the same as Brad. I was a bass player for a long time. I listened to a lot of like Red Hot Chili Peppers and stuff like that. I had no interest in metal whatsoever. And then one day I found this magical band called Built for My Valentine, and I decided to teach myself guitar, and that changed me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Brad. I kind of started with Bullet, and like I kind of gradually onto like Parkway and like Bring Me Horizon. But like these days, I'd say definitely my influences definitely come a lot from Architects. I've listened to, as Chris said, Reflections a lot lately. I love that band. I listen to a lot of Counterparts. I love Counterparts. Like so it's kind of like, and Adam's got me into like Stick to Your Guns and stuff like that. So like,
and Knocked Loose.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love Knocked Loose.
So like, but back when Grief was there, I didn't listen to any of that stuff. I didn't really like the hardcore side of things.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I do definitely have a lot of metal roots.
Yeah.
And I think in a way we're kind of restricting that because that sound is kind of going.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
So like, I don't know. It wasn't. What show was it? It was it the Boldface show?
Yeah, it was one before Frankie, so it would have been Boldface.
Yeah, we played it at Boldface, and I remember I was quite drunk, and I was playing, and like people always say we're so metal. I'm like, I'm not that metal. I'm like, I have. No, this is recent. This is with you. Your Boldface show recently. Oh, yeah. No, it was Boldface just before Hideaway. Yeah, with Trojans, and I got pretty drunk. I was having some fun, and I was playing the set, and then like I just zoned out, like, because I wrote the songs. Everything's kind of muscle memory. I don't really think about it too much, so I think about things when I'm playing, and every song I played, I was just thinking like, wow, these songs are so metal. And like it just like all of a sudden after like how many years we've been playing this for like 4 years, all of a sudden I'm like, wow, these are really metal.
Why do you think you attracted me all those years ago? You know, the flying V, the really long hair, like it was just metal.
Yeah, that goes back to when, that goes back when we started, when it was just me and Adam. We wrote Depths. Well, I wrote Depths during our ancient history HSC exams, and it was just something that came in my head, so I just started writing it down, and I don't think either of us really thought anything would come of it. And then we put it up on MySpace, just like hoping to see if we could find members. It was literally just me and Adam. And then we had a mate who really wanted to play drums, which ended up being our original drummer, Daryl. And he sent me a message one day. He's like, oh, I have a mate who plays guitar. He's already learned how to play Depths. And like back then, like every guitarist I knew couldn't play any of the stuff I was writing. I don't know whether it's just because it was too weird or whatever, but no one could play it. And to have someone that had already learnt it, I was like, fuck, that's crazy. So like we had a jam, like it was maybe the week after that, and that was I think we posted me and Brad have been mates for 7 years now, and Yeah, so it would have
long-time BFFs.
so it would have been literally probably about 7 years ago since the first Drowning Atlantis practice, because I don't think we had a bassist at that show, but at that practice.
No. we
DT
didn't.
came the week after,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And there's half the practice was Adam discovering bass drops on the samples.
Yeah, he had a sample pad and was like boom, and it was just like the sub was just going nuts.
Let's bring it back to reality. Enough memory lane.
Yeah, we forget about those times.
Yeah. I was wearing an onion on my belt because it was the fashion of the time. Fucking Simpsons reference. Oh, mate. Yeah, so I think I'll go on to this question. What's your favourite venue to play at, or that you've played at so far?
Ooh,
it's tough.
That's hard because we've all been in the band different stages. So
well, then we can just go through again. Let's
You
just go
probably
through
get
again.
different answers.
So we'll start with Matt again, and we'll just go back
Me,
the other way.
oh,
Or do you want time?
I love the Boldface. I absolutely love that venue.
Yep.
But my favourite one was when we played Adelaide at Polaris.
That would have
A
been
venue
insane.
called Flight, and legit, this place was as big as the Roundhouse, and it sounded like the Roundhouse.
Fuck.
It was great. We walked in there for sound check, and like we set up our gear, and like we played for like a minute or two, and then we packed it up and just like walked off because we were just gonna wait until we came to play.
Yeah.
And the sound guy was like, "You can keep playing. It sounds really good." so like we ran through like 2 songs, and people started coming inside. We're like, no, we're not playing yet. But that was a sick venue. That was awesome.
That's mad.
Yeah, I've got pretty much the same answer. Like the Baldface Stag in Sydney is something I'll never turn down.
Yeah.
But turning up to Adelaide, to Flight, and just walking in, seeing that stage, and thinking, "Fuck, this is what I've imagined doing since I was like 15." Like that was the first real big wow. I'm halfway across the country doing what I've wanted to do for so many years. So Flight's always going to have that special spot.
That's mad.
No one knew us, but
Yeah. I knew us, so that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Boldface Stag for sound, but I'm gonna say Perth. No, I'm joking. We haven't played Perth.
That's the next tour. That's the next exclusive.
Nah, the Flight was sick, but for some reason the one that we played in Melbourne was cool. Whatever that one was. Yeah, that was cool. I don't know why, but.
How you got, man? It was the closing day. They were trying to close down the venue, so we had to like raise money to save it.
Yeah.
And what it was like this giant room that had like 4 different floors. Yeah. And on every floor there was a stage with a different genre of music playing.
Yeah, it was mad.
Like the floor below us had like an ACD cover band, and we went upstairs and people were just like ripping shit, moshing and everything.
Yeah,
There was that
and
dude with the beatboxing. He was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
After we
I
played,
didn't
this
wanna
guy
play
was.
our set.
That was above us.
They
Yeah.
watched him beatbox. It was amazing.
It is mad.
Yeah, he was
rapper,
cool.
Dude, it was insane.
Yeah, it was a cool venue.
That was a mad venue.
But yeah, if like Boldface Stag for sure.
Boldface
'Cause
Stag,
sound,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Well, yeah, I've
Ross gonna say
legit
hideaway
only
because he got
played 2
crowd
shows.
surfed.
Yeah. Yeah, I've crowd surfed like twice in the last
3
2
shows.
Yeah, it
That's
was
2 out of 3
mad.
ain't bad.
Fucking bad. Nah.
Nah. All right, let's bring it.
I wish.
Let's bring it.
But I've been lucky enough to only play 2 shows outside of like New South Wales, which is Canberra, which was my first 2 shows with these guys actually, like Drowning Atlantis.
Shit.
So yeah, and they were cool shows and that, but I would have to say like Boldface Stag for sure. Like that's pretty much all of our home sort of
Yeah.
thing. And I really love Frankie's. Like just
Yeah, Frankie's
everything about
yeah.
Frankie's I love. Yeah, just like even just like we were saying before, like with the pinball machines and the whole like dark lighting of everything, the posters on the wall, and then what tops it off is the curtain opening before
Yeah,
you play. Like,
yeah, that's
'cause
really. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like an old school, like, it's like an old theatrical thing, and like it's the perfect room. I think I saw. Who did I see play there? It was I think I might have seen Blade of Horrors play there. That was supporting somebody. Anyway, I got kicked in the head the first fucking band in.
was
so
that
it was
Blade
good.
of Horrors' first show there?
Yeah, might
I
have been.
think it
You,
was.
you might have been there.
I
That's
was
the night I
there,
met
yeah.
Dave.
Yeah,
That was the night I met Dave and the rest of the guys.
I
And
know what
the
show
guys
you're
from
talking
I think
about,
Pillager might have played No, it might have been Blade of
I can't
Horrors.
even remember.
I can't remember. I got kicked in the head. So whatever I'm saying.
All I remember is Blade of Horrors playing that show because they were brutal as fuck.
But yeah, it's such an awesome venue.
Yeah.
With the Boldface Stag, I know a few months ago they were going through some shit about they got a warning and were about to get shut down because of a noise complaint, and they had.
That was Hideaway.
That was
Where they
Hideaway.
had to
Boldface.
raise money for
the doors.
For the door, yeah.
Yeah, it was 7 o'clock at night, and someone complained about the noise. Yeah, on a Saturday night, 7 o'clock.
At the time, like it was still bright outside, like blinding bright.
Yeah, it's still daytime. So like we played there recently. They have like a double door now, but I think they're still trying to say. I think they're trying to get like a proper like soundproof door, like that you'd see in studios. Yeah. So it's a mad little venue. Like it's very small, but it has such good vibes.
Like definitely Hideaway is like, you know, another home to us as well.
Yeah.
You know, since, you know, Justin and stuff.
Yeah,
also,
Justin chucked us in there a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's free as well, you know, like
Yeah.
you can't go wrong. So that, Frankie's and Boldface Stag, I would say is my top 3 venues in Sydney to definitely play. And go
Yeah,
check
actually,
out
yeah,
as
I
well.
really like Red Rattler. I reckon more shows should be put there.
Yeah.
Well, we have a show come up there, mate. So
I like the look of the front of that place, with the red,
yeah,
like with the red door and stuff like that. It looks so out of place, but
Yeah.
it looks so awesome at the same time. Like, and across the road, it's like the lawn bowls.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of we were talking about before, like how Frankie's has the curtain. One of the weirdest venues we've ever played. We played at Mount Carmel High School, and yeah.
Used to go there. That was my high school.
Yeah.
Like, so for people who don't know, you aren't from fucking Campbelltown.
C-Town,
I
2560.
went to. That's all right. I went to Campbelltown, the private Catholic school, and the boys from Drowning Atlantis went to the local
Went to Robbo.
fucking Robbo, mate.
Robbo.
Mate, and
Feel sorry for you.
Robert Townsend got fucked up. But yeah, we used to have a band. We had one band night that I went to. They played metal gigs, and then I think my younger brother saw you guys play.
Yeah.
And my brother Matt might have been there and seen you guys play.
Yeah,
as well.
it was a band night, and
Yeah, it was-
Maybe
yeah.
I'll Live Forever headlined it, and we
Yes,
played. Yeah, we played underneath
yes.
them.
Yes.
When we got the show, I'm like, they asked us, I'm like, are you sure? Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, but they said they were really keen to see us, and like with the curtain thing, like you've seen that stage is massive.
Yeah, it's a huge.
And that was the first like big stage we had ever been on. I was like just jumping around the whole time. I had so much fun. But for some reason the curtain actually malfunctioned and didn't open in time.
Oh wow.
So like we have like a grief sample, which is like some documentary about grief. And
I don't know. I think it keeps turning off. Sorry, just to interrupt.
That's right.
I'm trying to do the fucking live camera, whatever, but it keeps fucking turning off.
Oh.
No. Oh. Fuck it. It might just be an audio one. Oh. But sorry, continue. Yeah, the thing malfunctioned and
Yeah,
fucked
like
up.
because we have like a grief sample. It's just like some dude talking about grief, which I love the sample by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we started playing that, and the curtain didn't open, and we were like, oh crap! But it actually worked out perfectly because by the time they actually opened it, we were like literally just about to start Denial. So like it opened just for us to go, and like
That's mad.
it was like it just gave us like so much like energy. We're just like, yeah.
That's mad.
Speaking of malfunctions, that's the show that my pickup fell out of my guitar.
Yes.
Oh,
no
shit.
No idea how. I just looked
How did
down
that even
halfway
happen?
and look, my pickup's hanging out of my guitar.
What the fuck? How does
forgot about
fuck-
that.
That's insane. So I was gonna ask you guys, like with the noise complaints and the rest of it, like with Sydney's lockout laws, you guys as artists, have you guys felt like there's been a squeeze? Like, because a lot of us are saying there
Definitely,
is,
yeah.
but like I thought I'd ask you guys. So
Yeah, like I remember back when we first started doing shows and stuff like that, like back in the day when the scene was like really, really good. There were shows always. There was always shows and there was always so many different venues. And now there's maybe only a handful of venues like that actually get like
Even around here, but man, remember
Yeah.
Minto PCYC?
oh Minto.
Remember
If they could get
Bridge?
Minto, our second ever show was at Minto PCYC.
Yeah.
Yeah, Resist the
Resist the
Thought,
Thought,
Shinto
yeah.
Katana.
Yeah, like
Ocean
anyone
the
from
Sky,
that was
Renegade.
fucking awesome.
Like if they can get Minto PCYC back up again, that'd be great.
I think Thy Art put a thing up, or CJ put a thing up, and it was like we're looking at doing like local shows, tell us what you want, and people throwing all these things up. And my brother Matt actually commented, he's like, bring it back to PCYC. Let's just fuck this place up.
I've seen it fly out there so many times.
Yeah, like it's a lot of memories, and it's like the Masonic Hall.
Yeah.
And like I went to the last gig there, and
Yeah,
that thing
same.
went off. Like,
That was great.
Yeah, sorry, man. Like it was
back to St Mary's Lucky Australian Tavern.
Oh,
yes, LA
Our
Tavern,
first like
That
3 or
was
4
awesome.
shows were there. We played there like all the time.
Dude, my first gig ever was at LA Tavern.
Yeah.
And that was actually with Jake in the band. Dude.
Yeah.
So me and Jake go way back, eh? Yeah. But I don't even remember what we were called. Like We May Fall or something. I don't
We
know.
May Fall. That's our mates band.
When they fall. Oh, I always get mixed up with them, mate. So that's my other mate's band. So we had it when I was like 16. Me and Jake were like little, and we were 16. He was like 17. We had a band called When They Fall, and now I've got a mate's band called We May Fall. I'm just like, this is meant to be. We're supposed to be friends, like. And this was years before even meeting them guys, like. But yeah, LA Tavern was my first ever show.
Yeah.
And I was 17.
yeah, about the We May Fall and the when they fall. Double Chamber.
Sneaky shout out, by the way. Sneaky shout out, by the way.
Yeah, the boys. Yeah, the boys. Yeah, the boys. Double Chamber before they were Double Chamber were Engage the Fall. So there's a lot they were Engage the Fall. Like yeah, if you Drowning the Fall. We're bringing it back 2008, lads. But yeah, so yeah, sorry.
Drowning Atlantis is 2008, mate.
Yeah, it is. It is. There's like Atlantis of the Sky, Drowning Atlantis.
Yeah.
There's a couple other Atlantises fucking floating around, ironically.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we played with a band called Atlantis of the Sea, and then like we were after them. It was Drowning Atlantis. Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is so weird.
Yeah, I've seen that poster. Yeah, it's alright.
Like,
We'll just kind of yell into it. It's a bit enclosed, so fingers crossed it picks up. But
It should, yeah.
fuck, shit happens.
I was gonna say, worst comes to worst, you got the camera thing, but it turned off.
Yeah, totally. fuck you, camera. I'm fucking sick of you. But yeah, with the local scene, yeah, like lockout laws and shit have really fucking killed it
Yeah,
off.
it's really changed it. Like, luckily, like venues like the Boldface Stag is still pushing for the Hideaway Bar, for example. Like, yeah, it's been lately. Like, I've seen a big pickup in like the people that are coming to shows and stuff like that. So
The scene really died off for a couple of years. And
yeah,
it just had this whole bad vibe about it, but it's starting to pick up again, which is great.
I totally agree with that, actually. Like, even take Hideaway for an example, man. Like, they had to raise $5,000 or something. I think they done that in a week or two.
yeah,
So, like, that has to count for something, you know, and that's all from the scene as well. Everyone who
Yeah.
appreciates the Hideaway and the shows they put on and whatnot.
Well, even the van for the Justin's tour van thing, they were asking for 12 grand. I think they got very close to that. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think with the scene, I think what happened, and this is just someone who went out to like the clubs a lot. Like I went to Hot Damn a few times when it was at Scary Canary, which was the dying years. But I think what happened there was that they were trying to reuse the shit that they used in 2008, 2009, probably till 2012, 2013. But they're trying to keep using the same gimmicks, like, oh, we got free nuggets, come dress up as a fairy princess, the same
I go
bullshit.
for free nugs.
Free nuggets?
Yeah, Double Chamber said the same shit. They're like, we didn't get any fucking free nuggets.
Fuck.
Where the fuck do we get ice cream? So,
I'd do anything for free nugs.
but
Go on to P3. Shout out to P3. I love it. They know my order by heart.
Yes, I think the scene sort of was lagging behind the people that it was trying to capture. Like there was I'm fucking 21 now, which is weird. But there's a lot of people who
You're a
are
baby.
young- yeah, but I'm saying, but I'm like the last generation of people who, you know, would go to Hot Damn and shit
Yeah.
like that. But there's no one after me really. Like, and that's the weird thing. But like with the new club, there's AMPM that's come out, which comes across as a lot more sort of adult. I don't know,
Yeah.
and I think the scene's become more adult. Like it's like enough of the gothic dress up. Like
Yeah.
enough of that. Like
Rip.
we've had enough. We've done our years. Yeah, like we've moved on. We're
Yeah.
adults now. We're professionals. We've kind of the whole scene's moving into a better place to be perfectly
Yeah,
honest.
definitely. Me and Adam used to talk about it a lot as well. We noticed the trends. Me and Adam have been going on the shows together since like year 10, which for people who don't know, we're really old. That was like back 2006, 2007. But Just me. Just they're all young as.
I was in year 5 too, I think.
I didn't even want to think when I was in year 5. But me and Adam noticed a big trend. There was a big area where, like, is when all the lads and all that started to come out. It kind of became like uncool to go to shows. So there's like this whole like middle generation of people who just stopped going. So like really like me and Adam noticed the people at shows are like our age, and then we noticed a lot going to all ages shows. There's a lot, like the younger generation is really getting excited to go to these shows. And I think once they become like 18s, I think the scene's really going to kick off again because there's not a lot of all age venues anymore. But they're there. They're ready to go to shows.
They want to see the shows.
What about Blacktown Masonic Hall though? How many like
that
kids did we
sold
see
out
there?
so quickly.
I seen heaps of kids, like high school kids, even like kids at the age of maybe 10, 11, 12 or something like. I was
That's
surprised
what I mean.
by
There's
that.
like this middle generation that kind of just gave up. But like the people that are our age who's trying to hold on to it, and the new generation, they're so keen for shows.
Yeah, I remember when I was in like year 8 or 9 when Cage was running in the Bridge 54, and like back then when I was only starting to get into the whole metal scene, like I'd go to it every show. I didn't care who was playing. It was just there was a show. I'm gonna go to it. I'm gonna go
same.
watch bands. And there's so many people that missed out on that sort of thing.
And like you were saying, Matt, with the generation that sort of missed out, I think like I've got a few mates who used to listen to metal, like they used to listen to North Lane and stuff like that, and they moved away from the scene for whatever, like they were just like, I'm not interested in that music anymore. But it was always like, hey guys, like I know you used to like this music, let's go out to blah 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 club. And they're like, oh, let's go. And I'm like, oh, here's the flyer, and it's like, oh, it's fucking WWE wrestling night, just as a wrestler to get in for free. It's like, like you don't want to do that. But now,
the thing about that is like the people who have changed music, that's fine. Like people change music tastes over the years, like I have. But like the people that move, what was I gonna say? Like the people that have stuck with it though, like they're normally like they know their shit. You know what I mean? Like they're the real people who are like have always had full on interest, 100% interest in the stuff they listen to. Like me, like I've been listening to metal since I was like in year 5, and I'm still listening to it. Of course, I don't just listen to metal. Like I listen to a lot of stuff, but like
same,
but like you know what I mean. But like only the 100% people are still kicking it.
Yeah, exactly. Agree with you though. Like you know, having all them really immature, or if you want to call it that, like Disney nights out. No, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, like that stuff. I know, personally doesn't attract me to a club. You know, I'm 23 myself. Like I don't want to go to a club and see everyone dressed as a Disney character or something like.
Are you kidding me? I would love that.
Go for it, but
mate. I dress up by myself in my room. If I can do that with people, like
to me that shit's cool at like a house party. But when you're at a club, like I don't know, I'd
see. Like, you don't want people walking past a venue and being like, oh, here's metal kids, and they're dressed up as like this. It just makes it look stupid. I don't know.
It's a typical cliquey shit from high school where it goes like, look at the emo kids, look at them, they're dressed like they got weird makeup, they got it's just you got to sort of move away from that now because that's so 2008.
But like going back, go back to when you said when it was like in its peak, like around 2011ish, like that type of time. Excuse me. Me and Adam were going to Hot Damn all the time. And we love those dress-up nights. We used to go so many times. Like we kept our school. I uploaded a photo yesterday on Facebook. Like we used to always play like SFX and stuff like that. And theme nights, we used to get so into it. We played a Harry Potter show. We all dressed up as Harry Potter. He dressed as Hermione.
The thing I was saying, and it's a specific club, and it was a specific club I was talking about. It was Memories dead now. Fuck it, Memories, and it died a long time ago. Not that long ago. But it's when it's every week, that's when it becomes an issue.
Exactly.
If it's like if it's a normal club, and then like Halloween, we dress up. That's cool. Like, whatever. But if it's like every week, you're trying to drum up excitement for something. It's just like it's dead.
That's fair.
Let it die.
I reckon like it actually drags away musos. Like it attracts.
It does.
It attracts people like who want to be like. Go out for a drink or like just be stupid for the night, you know what I mean? But like people who are actually serious about their shit, like even me, man, like I'll just be like, oh fuck it, I don't want to go to like a dress up party and be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna puke on my dress.
And puke in your dresses and stuff. Like nah.
How many times have you puked in your dress? It's so annoying.
I like to wear
But
I didn't say anything about it. That is correct.
What I was gonna say is like what we're all saying. It's hard to attract.
I sort of feel old saying all of this now, though.
No, but
I don't want to
yes and no. But even like I was saying, like I'll make this point first. Without that shit in the community, it makes it a lot easier to attract people our own age back into the community that they used to like. So if I go to my mates like, hey, let's go. I'm just gonna throw AM PM out there because it's the newest club out, but that's a really nice venue and it's really nice. Like you got live music downstairs, but if you don't like live like heavy music, it's still an alternative scene. It's not like a nightclub. You can still talk to people upstairs. They've got DJs and stuff like that, so it's still nice, but it's not what it it's what it needs to be. I guess.
Exactly right. It's just going back to Cuba days and stuff. Like they had exactly the same thing as AM/PM. So you had the first level, which was whatever it was. I was mainly on the top level and that. So but they had different sections. So you had like your band room, and then you had upstairs, which was the punk room and stuff, and then you had your party mainstream sort of room, and that does attract different people, and cool. That people that maybe don't like punk or metal as much might still go there because they can still party to their exactly right exactly
Coked up dudes
exactly and but even a lot of people that like the top. God, don't say that word ever. I forgot about that place. I've got
Fridays. Shout out to Hype Fridays.
Hype Fridays.
Shout out
I
to
got
the
some
Tab
bad
Snitty.
memories from that place. Oh no.
I was that was really good. That was a good night.
That place is like my enemy.
I miss it. I think what we're saying, but I'll make this point as well. That's dead. All right, so from Campbelltown, there's nothing to do on a Friday night or Saturday night. Absolutely. There's no nightclubs. You're gonna have to train into the city. 209, but then it came out as level 2, and then it closed 3 weeks later.
What was the other place on Queen Street?
209.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's what it was. 209, level 2, and then everyone used to go 209. Mac Tav. So because that came up as competition to Mac Tav, but you were saying like kids are now going to shows and stuff, and it's because there's nothing else to do in the suburbs. Like, hey, if I go to Bankstown, there's a live show at the PCYC. Fuck it, let's just go because there's nothing to do in Campbelltown on a Friday night or Saturday night unless I'm going to the city, and that's $150 down the drain.
Who wants to stay in Campbelltown though?
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. But like, if you can't be bothered to go to the city. And you haven't got the money, it's like it's $20 to get in at a local gig and you get to see 5 bands, and it's worth it. Especially if you're underage as well. If you're 16, 17, and you're like, fuck, I got my license, but I'm not going to go to Macca's every Friday night till I get my.
You hear about all that stuff in Mount Enon with the Macca's, how they had to put on like the orchestras and playing and stuff like that to draw the kids away, right?
Well, it kind of worked, but not really.
For a little bit, now they don't do it, but that was fun. That was all over the news and everything because there used to be like 50 kids just hanging around McDonald's at Mount Enon. So they had to find a way to fuck them all off, sort of thing.
It's good stuff.
Good day.
I think that's like the issue. Like, I think that's the issue. Like, with Sydney, it's expanding so quickly in terms of housing. They're not building places where kids can go. Like, unless you're 18 and you're prepared to throw money down the pokies or to get blind drunk every Friday, Saturday night, there's nothing else for you to do.
Yeah, like if you live in like Oran Park, you know what that is.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah, what are you
gonna do?
What do you do out there?
No, nothing.
You get to the train station from like Mount Enon, Oran Park, or anything.
Oran
like
Park?
you gotta spend $50 on an Uber or something to get to and from the station.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's something that I think like the inner suburbs don't have to worry about because you've got like the inner city suburbs. You got your live gigs down the corner. You got this, but they're not building those communities out west, or north, northwest, west, southwest, whatever. They're not building communities as they go. They're just building houses, and that's it.
Shouts to the square.
I think that's why, like, back when I was in high school, like, makes me seem so old. Like, why the square on Thursday nights was a big thing, because they said there's nothing for people to do.
I was a massive emo square kid as well.
Oh,
Matt,
dude,
don't
me-
worry. Yeah, like shout out to all my emo
We
fans.
actually did an interview recently in front of the emo tree, because we had to film a video and we were bowling at the square. I'm like, fuck, let's do it in front of the emo tree. Yeah, but like, yeah, me and Adam were there every Thursday night just to hang out with friends. And obviously, we didn't buy anything, but we
You
just
just go to
we just get to hang out with friends.
Lads versus emo.
Yes,
See,
dude.
but I was there
That
before that happened.
Oh well, I was there as it happened, and yeah, it was an intense time.
Yeah,
Very stupid time as well. Like nothing ever happened there. It was just like all talk.
yeah.
It was not even. I don't think there was.
No, it's
one
like two
brawl there
massive groups
ever.
would walk up to each other and security would break it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it was just all petty bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Like the emos didn't like the lads didn't like the emos, and then the emos just well, biased opinion, but we're just like fucking whatever, man. Like, but yeah, they were good days, weren't they?
Yeah. How you said, but there's like nothing around here. Like me and Adam used to walk to the train station all the time. But that's because we lived like right around here. Like, and then if we ever wanted to do anything, we'd just hang out with each other, or we'd go skating or something like that. But like,
See, back then we had Minto though as well. Minto.
yeah,
Big
see,
YC,
see me, yeah. That's like again, like me and Adam, like we were always at shows all the time.
Actually, I remember you guys played. I think it was Blacktown PCYC. Me and Matt came to that. You guys played. I don't know who else played. Wasn't many people there, but I think it was Blacktown. No, it wasn't Liverpool because I remember Liverpool.
We've played. I don't think we've played.
Black-
I've played
Blacktown?
Blacktown a couple times, but not in Drowning Atlantis.
Or maybe it was a Bankstown or something.
We've played Liverpool PCYC a couple times.
Maybe it was Liverpool, but I think I would have remembered Liverpool. But yeah, but that's the thing. The PCYCs used to be a big thing, and now
Yeah.
not so much. Like, I think it's. I don't know. I think they just see like the music is too violent or something.
That's
I don't know,
like
some
same
bullshit,
as with Frankie's when we played on the weekend. They weren't going to let us play that show because they said that our music stares like the customers away. We just
When
like
was that?
fair enough. The show we just played.
Really?
They weren't going to look. They weren't going to let Foon put the show on. Because
They
they said
always
like because they weren't going
on
to
a
let us.
Saturday night though, because
Yeah, they said we could do it on a Sunday, and Foon's like, well, I want Saturday.
And then what happened?
Yeah, they-
afterwards, Foon apparently got heaps of compliments and that.
yeah,
and,
because like
yeah.
they wanted us. We had like 4 bands, and they were only going to give us from
It was a very
5 to
successful
7:30.
night,
And no, that's what Foon said. Like, that's not gonna happen. And he managed to get him to 8. And then we're like, he asked us all, and everyone in the band was like, "Yeah, look, we'll do it. We'll just make sure that everyone's on time." And then Foon managed to push him back to 9, but they weren't happy about it. But as soon as we finished playing, they loved us because we pulled
Yeah.
so many people there. Yeah. And now apparently he's got like guaranteed monthly shows there, so that's awesome. Yeah.
Remember the show you guys played at Campbelltown Arts Gallery? I think Matt Banks put
Yeah.
on it from MILF.
Yeah, that was one of Adam's last shows. We were actually like,
I was hoping that would continue.
yeah,
that
for a venue
'cause
that used to be
venue
like
was
so
sick.
historical, like barely anyone showed up to that. And there was like 12 bands on?
Yeah,
and
it was
big
a
bands too,
big
like-
all day sort of thing. All
Yeah.
day through the night, a little bit.
Like
through
Sound
the
of
night.
Skies, MILF, Absolution, like us, like Isotopes, Elogist, like great bands.
I love that day though. That was an amazing. Yeah, I was there. Yeah,
I don't remember you there at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't remember me either. Oh, I
wasn't
see how
drunk at
it is. I see how it is. No, it's alright. I think I was doing like some like photography and stuff. I don't even think I took photos of you, so it's alright. Ooh.
Oh.
No, I did, but I just didn't send them to you.
Us that 3 months ago.
I'm in the band now. You stuck with me.
So you think?
God damn it! Please don't replace me.
Chris.
Please.
Chris.
Chris is. No, but yeah, I was hoping that place would sort of continue a bit.
Yeah.
And when I heard Puma was putting on Campbelltown shows, I was like, please be.
Yeah, there's been so
Campbelltown
many
Arts
good
Gallery.
venues. Like I said, Minto, obviously, I don't think Minto can come back. I think something may have happened one time. That's why he's not allowed to go there anymore.
I know what.
But-
I think I do know what happened there. I remember one of the last shows that happened that was there. A big group of like lads and stuff came
Is that at
down and,
Signal to
like, a
Firing
big
Squad?
brawl sort of thing happened. And they were waiting at the front, and I can't.
Was
it
that
a
Signal to Firing
while
Squad's last
ago.
show?
Who?
Signal to Firing Squad's last show?
Oh, I think so, maybe.
So I went there with
yeah, I can't
Absolution.
remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, this big thing happened, man, and like they all got threats and stuff like that. So I think they just had enough, and that was like, I remember before that, a few other fights happened out the front, and you know, it just started to get violent in that sort of way.
That's what ruins it. I think that's going back to the scene thing. I think that's a big thing that ruined it when the lads came in and the hate moshes all started.
I don't think the scene is so much like that anymore, though.
No, it's definitely not. There's less and less moshes now, and more like traditional moshing, like just jumping around. There's like
push pits, like push pits.
Yeah, I.
Definitely,
I feel like everyone's a lot more respectful.
Definitely, the scene is very nice. Like,
Like, I think as someone who does jump in the mosh pit, that loves a good two-step. It's fucking part of it. Like that's part of metal. It's like you show your appreciation by getting in there and, you know, fucking swinging your arms around and shit like that. But
and being on from a stage view,
someone, you help them up. You know, you're like,
exactly. But I think that seriousness that happened with the hate moshing and shit like that. With the lads, like I know guys who go to gigs consistently, and when they mosh, you just get the fuck out of the way because they're just that aggressive. But in the same sense, I'll give a shout out. I don't know if you'll fucking listen or not. This guy Leith, he's a good mate of mine. Leith, tall, skinny dude. Like he'll, like at the start of the gig, he'll come up and give me a hug. Like, hey man, how you going? During the gig, he'll see me, he'll run up and he'll like go to crowd kill me and like throw punches, but he'll pull them back the last second. So if you're looking at it, you're like, dude, this guy's just punching this dude in the fucking head for no reason. But in actual fact, like we're both laughing as he's like pretending that, because we're taking the piss of the people, like taking the piss out of the people who used to do that seriously. Because like it's such a stupid thing to do. And like I've got mates, Tim and Divinate, who's playing at the Rutledge.
Oh, I've known that dude.
His mom's house up there.
Yeah, I've known that dude for like 12 years or something like that. Like,
so yeah. So when Tim plays their next show, which is at MPM when they're supporting Graves, I'm gonna run up to Tim as he's playing bass and just pretend to crowd kill, because it's like it's a thing now. But I think that definitely scared people away, was the hate moshing and dumb shit like that. It just wasn't necessary.
Well, like there was some people got seriously hurt too. There was one of the things that really affected Blacktown Masonic was back in the Storm Picturesque days. Shout out to Storm Picturesque, love you guys. Some dickhead decided to wear steel cap boots.
Yes, I've heard of this.
And some kid got kicked in the chest and he died.
Yeah, I heard
at Blacktown Masonic.
And he, I'm not going to continue with that, but that had something to do with the last time out Minto PCYC. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
The time before that, yeah, I remember that kid though.
Yeah.
Something happened there. I'm not. Don't quote me on it and shit though.
That's so cool.
But because it was fucking years ago. But I still remember at Bridge 54. I remember like 6, 7 of these lads. You can't see me because but
I keep doing it too. I keep pointing at the camera.
They came, and you know, Bridge 54 was just full of people like us and that, and they came there purely just to cause shit.
Yeah, they stand on the edge of the pit, and as soon as you hit them, they'd start crap.
Well, these guys started coming into the pit and started like gabbering and this and that. Then all of a sudden, this blue happened in the middle of the pit, and these Sekis just had to chuck them out. So they only kicked them out. Didn't stop the show or anything because they were just purely causing shit. Like, but stuff like that was constantly happening back then, and you never really see that anymore. I don't think so.
No, it's really good. Yeah,
which is fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, there is some like if you're moshing and someone gets hit, sometimes it causes a bit of an issue. But like as you said, the scene's pretty good lately. Like we've always said it. Like when we see shows and stuff like that, like. If someone falls over, you instantly see like 10 people go to pick them up. Like, it's such a nice community, and
and even our architects, man. Like,
that's what I mean. Like big shows like that, there's always people helping them. Yeah,
and I tripped over and I was like flat on the ground, and I had about 5 people help me up. Like, so, and that's on a bigger show as well. You know? And I know for a fact that things like that happen at smaller shows, like we play local shows and that.
I think the other thing as well, that you're seeing a lot more chicks get into
Definitely,
the pit, which is concerning as a dude, because I'm like I've seen guys get like, I've been kicked in the head and punched in the face in the pit, and I've hit people by accident and apologize, and I see a chick, I'm just like, I'm not jumping in because I don't want to hit you, because I like not being sexist, because if I hit you like in the wrong spot, like if I hit you in the chin, I might knock you out, and I don't want that to happen, because then I instantly become the bad guy. And it's a tough place to be. But I actually saw Knocked Loose play at Radbar, which is they packed it out. Like it was like 100 people in there. Like the stairs were packed. But I'm not kidding you. Like it wasn't a 50-50 split, but it was probably a 65-35 split between guys and girls. Like there was a lot of girls there, which was surprising.
Yeah.
Like Justice for the Damned played as well, and Reactions supported as well. But I was like, there's a lot of chicks here, which is surprising. Like typically, it's the fucking sweaty dudes with their shirts off, fucking pushing each other. But the chicks were getting in there, throwing their back elbows and spinning back fists and all that shit. So it's good to see that I guess the whole scene's maturing, so they're like, no, chicks need to be accepted in, and like no one stands for shit like that anymore.
Well, even like in the actual bands now, there's a lot of there's a lot of hardcore bands coming out now with female front women. Well, I guess.
What you call it? Triple J. Their feature artist the other week was A Beautiful Monument, which is
they're good
like all female band from Melbourne, which is fucking awesome, and they're sort of architects.
It's really good to see.
Shout out to Beautiful Monument.
But like, even like bands like Cursed Earth, like where
I love Cursed Earth. Taraji.
Yeah, but there's
awesome.
I can't think of the names now, and it's gonna kill me. But there's like another 4 bands like that now. They're like fucking killing it.
Yeah. Well, with that gig there, I was actually standing outside because I was like, I don't know the next band on. I'm like, I don't know them. And the band after that, I think, was Kublai Khan.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll go outside, rest this band, and then come back in for Kublai Khan. I heard the lead doing the vocals and the band part. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I walked in there, and I was like, surprised, but happy surprised. I'm like, it's a female lead.
I did the same thing.
I was like, holy shit, she's fucking killing it. Fuck yeah. And I stayed and watched the whole set when I wasn't planning to.
Yeah, man.
Because it was just so fucking awesome to see, and they were killing it.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this set. Actually, there's another band I got to show. I can't think of the name. But I went to Melbourne with my friend Brie recently, and she showed me a band with a female frontman. And literally, I listened to like 3 or 4 songs. There was not a single part of the vocals I could pick. It was a chick.
Yeah.
Not at all. And she was brutal.
Yeah.
Like, she left Adam for dead. Like this is like,
Adam.
this is ridiculous. I'm so glad that, like, usually, like, when it first started coming out, not meaning to be sexist, I didn't enjoy the female screaming. It didn't appeal to me at all. No. But, lately they've been killing it. Yeah. It's really just taking me by surprise.
Yeah. So, shout out to that band that we have no idea who it is. But
I can't remember their name.
What's that real metal band? That song.
Drowning Atlantis.
No, that's actually got like a chick scream arch. Like they're real metal.
Drowning Atlantis.
Two-pack. It's D12.
D12.
My band. No, seriously, but what is their name? Hey, that would be cool. How come? We don't even talk. What is the name of that band, bot?
I got no idea. I don't know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Evanescence?
I know who
No, not Evanescence.
I know who.
Is it Evanescence?
Yeah.
Is it Evanescence?
They've-
We'll wait for Brad to do this.
I think it's Arch Enemy.
Arch Enemy.
Yeah.
They're not really they're like death fucking.
Death. Yeah, metal.
It's all
Death.
heavy.
No, that.
It's all
Is it
heavy.
Arch Enemy?
It's alternative lifestyle, okay?
I think it's Arch. Who?
This moment.
No, I think it's Arch Enemy.
Then Arch Enemy or rest of the band.
Arch Enemy are full like
Arch Enemy. I've met.
Did you go Unify?
No, I've never been.
Same.
Are you kidding me?
dude,
Unify's
same.
great. There's a Unify.
Yeah.
There was
Shout
a
out to
band.
Unify.
What are they called?
Bring it on,
Drowning City. I'm pretty sure they're called. They have a female front. She's great.
Yeah.
She was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Yeah, they were really good.
More chicks get in the scene, yo. Yeah, we'll cover it. We'll cover it. Oh god.
Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to Alex from Drowning. What was the name?
Drowning
City.
Drowning
Alex from Drowning City. She added me on Instagram.
Matt's.
Please cut that.
No editing, Matt. No editing. Please. Oh, mate. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Yeah, amazing.
Can you imagine like going out with a chick drama bop? Like it would be like, oh, can you like help me with this part? Like, oh fuck, can you like teach me like how to not like? Can you like teach me how to?
That's a bit
Yeah.
sexist there,
Can
mate.
you like teach me like how to
So-
not
so
play
what-
4/4?
What we're doing? So if there's any female drummers, please hit
Do
up
not
Chris.
play 4/4. Oh, wait.
Hit up Chris. Hit up Chris.
Do not
Hit
play
up Chris.
four- I
Come
don't
to the
know,
next
eh?
Drowning Atlantis gig. Just,
That would be
just
pretty
bring,
cool.
Bring a set of drumsticks to the next Drowning Atlantis, and Gig and Chris will come and find you.
He might need him
I-
to lose his sticks.
just stand there with just a couple of sticks, just handing them to him.
And wearing us a very shirt.
Drum battle.
Oh wow.
Imagine that. Chris finds a girl that's like as gent as him.
It might not work. I'm just imagining Chris with boobs.
And has the same like sense of humor as him. Hey, what's up, fam? What's good?
But like like two friends can have the same mindset, but they collide.
Yeah.
Too close. Yeah. Too close.
Sort of like the saying, like opposites attract. So if you two different people,
Yeah.
That means like
gel well.
you're gonna go out with a straight edge chick.
Imagine that. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what? I've done that before, and yeah, it just didn't work. Obviously.
Yeah, I've got,
What's this screaming shit? What are you so angry about? I don't understand.
So I'm actually a very happy person.
is it August Burns Red that has that windbreaker? It's like angry music for happy people.
I
I love that.
Yeah. That actually does remind us
Actually,
of us a lot.
That's another shout out to influencers. August Burns Red were massively influenced me
Yeah.
growing up.
Yes. Actually, I think it was either you or Adam that was like, yeah, August Burn Red, or it might have been Ben. It was like the August Burn Red. They got the name because the guy's girlfriend set the dog's house on fire, and
Where
her name was
it used to be
August,
called something different. They were called
and the dog's name was Red, and the chick's name was August. No,
Oh.
it was some bullshit that they made up.
they used to be called something different. It was something about she set his dog on fire.
No, that's the joke behind the August Burns Red, because it's like August Burns Red. The chick's name was August, the dog's name was Red, and she set the dog's house on fire with the dog
Yeah,
in
but
it.
I'm pretty sure it has to do with the name before that. No, I'm pretty sure.
No, apparently she killed the dog and they named the dog.
No,
But I don't think it's true. But I don't know.
I'm
but-
pretty sure
okay.
it's their name before that was something burning. but
August
then the
August Burns
name-
Red, hit us up and let us.
Yeah, it had something to do with that. It was something like something burning, and it was
Yeah.
like something to do with the name of the dog. And yeah, she set his dog on fire, so I had to change the name.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's it's women.
People be
Yeah, poor
crazy.
Papa, poor
People be
doggo.
crazy. But yeah, no.
Shout out doggos.
Yeah, fuck yeah, the doggos and the puppers.
You
The
have a-
fat
If you have a papa, I will
ass
hug it.
woofers. I love a fat ass woofer. But you were saying before, like with the chicks going, like, well, why do you listen to this music? It's so angry. Like, it's so. Why are you yelling? What are you yelling about? I don't understand this. How do you understand what they're saying? I don't get it. I think people who are in the alternative scene, as an umbrella term, people who are interested in other music, or in music other than what's played on the radio, listen, like, appreciate a wider variety of music. Like, they're definitely not narrow-minded. Like, some people are narrow-minded, but people are definitely a little bit more open to different types of music. So I think it's
my parents a lot. Yeah, I think we all probably do. Got that from our parents a lot. My dad, he always says he prefers to listen to he likes the instrumental part of it all a lot more, because he can probably understand it a little bit more. But yeah, they're always like, oh, you sound good. I just wish I knew what you were saying.
Yeah.
It's like angry music and all, but like
People.
evil. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't really listen to it. Oh, I do sometimes when I'm in the car and I'm like, fuck, that's a mint like breakdown, like heavy as fuck. I'm like, fuck, I'm angry. But no, what? Nah. But like sometimes I don't really listen to it for like angry music, but I listen to it for like music where I'm like, fuck, that's a mad drum part, or like that's a mad guitar part.
Yeah, like that. I got into them originally because like as I was like teaching myself guitar, and I wanted something like that challenged me a little bit. I kind of just put up with the screaming. But like as I've gone, I have this argument with people all the time. I actually find that like metal music is a lot more expressive than most pop music. Like like some of the lyrics, like especially the Reflections album. I don't know if you've ever listened to Reflections. Again, their latest album is pretty deep. Like it's something about his girlfriend of like 6 years. He caught him cheating, and then she committed suicide over it and stuff like that. And then his house caught on fire, and like 2 of his mates died in the house. Like it's like that's a really fucked up album lyric wise, but you can hear every ounce of pain in his vocal. And I love it. It's something that like I guess it's because you're screaming as well. It's something like therapeutic again. Yeah, you can really feel all the emotion in it, and I think that's why most people liked Adam as well. Adam's shout, a lot of people really like that.
Yeah.
yeah, like I guess that's what you're saying. Like if you listen to a pop song, like like pop. Like no, don't get me wrong. There's really good pop songs, but Nelly. Let's bring back the fucking Band-Aid on the cheek. Let's bring it back. It finally healed. I'm so happy. But yeah, I guess there's a lot more emotion and expression in alternative music, and I think it's something that people really need to look at, and definitely support your local scene. God damn it, support.
Go to a show.
Just go to a show. Don't you have to buy shit?
Yeah.
Just
I
go
don't
and
care if you don't know
just show up.
Just go to a show. You might find your favorite band.
Like, yeah, 100%. You might like find some cool people, or like, the reason I know like a lot of people in the scene, like we all, like obviously we've just realized now we know a lot of mutual people that we didn't realize, but it's by going to shows that you meet people and you see the same people every couple of shows, and you're like, oh hey man, how you been, and next thing you know, the people that you know, like with Dave, I knew him for ages, and then now he's starting his own band, so I'm like, every time they play, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go out and see them as well, and then I'll meet somebody else and meet somebody else and meet somebody else, and it just flows on.
Same as especially like being, as you said, we've been around this scene for quite a while now. Like we're always like, we're fairly busy with the band now, especially lately. We're being like pretty flat out, so like I don't really have like friends, I guess, outside the band. Like obviously with Adam, like stuff, but they're from band stuff. But like most people we know are in the scene, and we met them all through shows. Like if I didn't go to shows, fuck, God knows what I'd be doing. Like just pretty much, I'd say good 98% of people I know are from shows. Yeah.
I think it's just as important for, the bands to try and go out and see, other bands as well, though, and keep this scene alive. Like, whether we're playing shows or not, go support other bands and that, because it all starts with us at the end of the day. Like, whether, like I said, we're playing it or not, if you can go to a show to your mate's band or something like that, or just to a random show up, say Red Rutler or something, just on a random Saturday night, like, promote that shit and, do whatever you can to draw other people there as well, because we sort of like might have a little following or something, and then people might want to be like, okay, well, they're going there, so then that sounds like a cool show or whatever, and these check out them bands or whatever. I'm sort of rambling on, but you sort of know what I mean, like sort of lead by example, I guess.
That's one thing we always try to do. We always try to make sure we go as many shows as we can. Like, obviously, like, we're really busy, so sometimes we can't, but like we always try to all the time.
Yeah, exactly. I like you were just saying then, like as someone who's not as like a part of a band, but like knows a lot of people who are a part of bands, I'll go. So like with the Masonic Hall gig, the last gig that played there, I know Justice for the Damned. Like I don't know them personally. I've seen them play a lot of times. I know they're fucking sick. I know like Polaris is sick. Like they're like there's a lot of big names there, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I'm like, I'm definitely interested in going. But then I saw that Divinate is playing, and I know Tim from Divinate. I'm like, I've seen them play before, and I want to see him play again. Like I know him personally, so I'm going to support him. I know like well, I'm a what's the word? I know one of the, I think his name's Matt from he plays in Resist the Thought and Caulfield. Yeah. So I know him as well. So I was like, oh well, I'll get to see him and catch up with him. I haven't seen him in fucking months, and I was like, all right, sweet. So like that's two bands I know I personally know people there. I'm sure I'll go there. And I went there. I saw you and Adam, and I saw like I saw everyone that I knew pretty much from the scene that was there. Like, and it was awesome.
Same thing. I went because again, like the boys in Polaris, we did shows with them, and like
yeah,
they're great boy. I wanted to see them again. Two of my mates filled in for Resist, like Zach the drummer and Darcy, for both of them from Absolution.
Yeah,
like it was always good to hang out with them again. Like I was in the band with those guys for a couple of years, so it's good to hang out with them. Same thing, Justice, and like Divinate, all the bands. It was just good to like, oh yeah, cool. I'm going to see some sick bands, and then a room full of people
who are sick
like,
people as well.
I just constantly run into people I know.
Yeah,
and we've noticed that recently. It happens to us everywhere now.
Yeah,
like not saying up ourselves, but
I'm gonna start charging money for photographs then.
No, like it's awesome. Like we went and saw Architects, and like people just like we'd walk in, and people like Maddie, and like people just come up and hug us. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a giant family, and I think that's how the scene used to be, and I'm glad that's how it's getting again.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's because the scene almost dried up completely. That whoever
definitely
did stick around had to stick together. It's like not every man for himself, but it's every man for the scene, pretty much. Like everyone's got to support each other. Otherwise, like if my band doesn't go to Brock's band's gig, then that's going to be 5 people less at the gig that only has 25 people there anyway. So it's going to be 20 people instead of 25. And then you're going to notice that.
We actually had an arrangement about a year or two ago. We had like a group of friends, most people from like Z Vegas. Like we had like a little thing we did. We got together like every month, had a barbecue, just hung out. And is what we did is we'd help each other. Like, it's not going anymore, but what we did is like, if someone posted a post, we'd make sure that whoever was in that group would go and like on it, sometimes comment on it, and that especially the way Facebook is now, that'd make it pop up more often.
Yeah.
And then if someone had a show going on, then we'd all try to go to it. And like what ended up happening, I think that's actually kind of what kicked us off. Like, it would have been the start of last year's. We started pulling massive crowds at shows and like no idea why. Yeah. And I think that actually kind of started it. Yeah, because Chris joined. But no, we called it like a scene support project thing. But what that meant is like we had like 5 bands in it or something like that. If you play at a show, you're guaranteed like 40, 30 people there. Yeah. Like just for you. Yeah. And like that worked out really well. Like the first show we noticed the difference is we played Boldface, and that was like one of our first shows with Joel, and that room was completely filled. And it was nuts. And pretty much every gig since then, we like filled the room.
I swear that was my first gig back.
It was, yeah, that was your first gig back, yeah.
But that's it. Like even people that aren't sort of a part of that, you know, just randoms or whatever, going to see that, they see all these people there having a good time, they're going to go back to their friends and be like, you should have just seen what the fuck I just went to, like, you know, this show was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
blah,
I think
blah,
that's what
like,
happened, yeah.
You know, and that's it, you get the ball rolling in a way, and that's why I say, and I think it's really important that bands especially pull their way and support each other, help each other out, instead of making it maybe so much as a competition, which I'm not saying it is, but like, you know, I think, help each other out as much as you can, go to shows as much as you can. And
I think that was really evident at that Frankie show, because
exactly, man.
Pretty much every band on that show, like even with Cinematic Chaos, we're all mates. Yeah. So like us and like I said, us and Subscirbe been mates for a long time now. Blades of Forest, the void, like Seb's been in lots of bands around the scene with us anyway. So like, as you said, people have friends of friends and they see people, so they're chucking us all in a bill together.
Shout out to Dave, man. Like since day one, Dave's come to every one of my shows, even with my previous band and stuff. Other mates' bands and that, he is always there, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, and that's what we try and sort of do.
Yeah, and like, you know, look what happened. You chucked us all in a bill together. We filled Frankie's. Yeah. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really cool.
I think like there's no the scene's big enough. Like the scene's small. Like don't get me wrong, the scene's not as big as it used to be, but it doesn't. I don't think it needs to be. Like there's enough lanes for everybody to be in there. There's no competition between bands to pull crowds. Yeah. Because it's basically the same crowd that goes to every gig. So it's like if you and that's why no one starts shit fights over, you know, my fans versus your fans. It's because we're everyone's fans.
Yeah, like the same.
Like personally, like I'm fans of you guys. I'm fans of Divinate, Drowning, Double Chamber, Drowning Atlantis. I'm the only fan of Drowning Atlantis, ladies and gentlemen. Only Drowning Atlantis in my heart.
The only fan of Drowning Atlantis.
The only fan. We heard. Thank you. Yeah, you guys heard you had one, and I was like, wait, I've got to make sure I rock up. But like when you perform, like I know, sorry to harp on about Double Chambers, you know, I'm close to those guys. They when they lead into their set, their guitar player plays the riff from the Daria theme song to open up their set. Do you guys have like your own little idiosyncrasies that you guys do with your sets, or are you just like off the wall, whatever comes, I'll fucking do it, doesn't really matter?
Because of our setup, I guess we're kind of limited to, like, because we run like a lot of our sets like already pre-programmed on a computer. Yeah. So like, unless I've programmed it into the samples, it's kind of hard for us to improvise. We do it a lot. Like we add like random little parts into our songs. Like we usually add little random shit into samples. Like since our tour, we went on with the 2 Years of Grief tour with Justin. Most of that tour consisted of us yelling Alan out the window. It was just a random people's Alan, and then like you stole lifting drink. And then Justin watched Willy Wonka, and the whole trip was just, you stole fizzy lifting drink, you get nothing. So like since that tour, we added that to like the samples before Anger, like kind of just as a joke. Yeah. And like now, since like Justin's passing and stuff, obviously like we're not removing it from those samples. It's become like our little like tribute to him. even like
May change songs.
It
sort
might
of like
change,
here and
yeah.
there, like the set list won't always necessarily be the same.
Yeah,
but
but
you know,
we
same
have,
songs, but just different maybe order or something like
yeah,
that.
we have like a little tribute thing we're doing for him this weekend. Like can I say? Oh, fuck, I can say it. I wrote a song for Justin. I wanted to since his passing. I wasn't sure how to do it. And we're actually recording it this weekend to add it to the EP. So we'll probably move those type of samples to suit that song a bit better. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to having that done. I think that'd be nice. Yeah.
So like I was gonna say, like with that song there, with the lead in off the sample, like it's almost like you guys are already having like your best of albums, sort of almost getting there. Like you've got I'm blanking on the name of the like Adam's song from Grief.
Acceptance.
Yeah, like that's his song.
Yeah.
Like if Adam ever comes back to do a guest spot, whatever, like Brock's sick or whatever, like
Yeah.
you guys will play that because like that's
Yeah.
Adam's song. If you guys do, a fucking national tour, like that's one of the songs that you'll definitely play because it means so much to you guys.
Yeah.
And same with the new song. I'm presuming we'll tug at the heartstrings and
Yeah,
and all
definitely.
that.
I'm actually worried how we're gonna do it live. Like,
How emotional it was gonna be.
I only finished the lyrics the other day, and I was crying like a little bitch while I was writing the lyrics.
Yeah, and that's, but like I think as someone who's a fan, you want it to like not that I want it to hurt every time you play, but I want you to be emotional every time you play it.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to get it to a point where the lyrics. I'm just going through the motions of singing song.
Definitely,
Every
yeah.
time you sing it, it should make you want to be upset, like because that's it's an upsetting thing that happened, and you want to remember that, as best you can.
Yeah.
And by making it emotional, it'll come across in your performance, and they'll go like that one song, like the set was sick, but that one if you guys finish with it, whatever,
Yeah.
that one song, like that was fucking powerful. You feel it come through. So I think definitely like. It might struggle the first time, like you guys, like just emotionally getting through it.
Yeah, that's what I think. But the first couple of times a bit the hardest.
But I don't think people, no one's going to judge you for that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like everyone's going to be supportive. Like, hey, like we know what the song's about. We give you guys props for going there because it takes a lot of guts and a lot of balls to do that. So
yeah, just
props to you guys.
The week of Justin's passing, I think he passed on the Tuesday.
Yeah,
and we played a show on the Friday.
Yeah,
and we like made that like a tribute show to him. We tributed Depression to him.
Yeah,
because that was his favorite song on the EP.
Yeah,
and I kind of like as I was making the samples for that set, I added like a little. 30 seconds for me to improv before it, just like with a clean guitar. I put some synths over it, and I just intended on just playing whatever over it to be nice. And I didn't tell anyone else I was doing it. And I played the first chord, and it just sounded so beautiful. I just pissed out in tears.
Yeah,
and I turned around, and we had a photographer there to take photos, and I was just bawling my eyes out. Like, this sounds so beautiful. And she was like, I didn't know what to do. You were all crying.
Like that, at least it's real, man.
Oh
like,
yeah, we had so many people come up and hug us after that, so it was incredible.
Yeah, especially family. Like I held it together until the end of the very last song, and I absolutely lost it. And then
when I hugged you, I managed to hold it in, and then you hugged me, and I was just that was gone.
Yeah, but then everyone just like it was one big family, and yeah.
Come get food with us after this, bro. Get food with us. Yeah, come out for the foods. Come out for the food. Yeah.
Actually, you hold on to that. Because I'll speak to you. So like I know there was Justin Fest last year.
That was incredible.
But I'm hoping to God that it continues. If it does, I'm hoping that it does. Do you guys like? So you guys in your set, will you change your setup to play Depression in that set, like at Justin Fest, because Justin loved that song? So you guys will have your sort of not your set songs, but you'll have your favorites that you will definitely play.
Definitely, we
on certain dates,
we change our sets based on what show it is. Like
exactly.
Like our Frankie show, for example, we're playing with a lot of heavy bands.
Yeah.
So we kind of dialed back the melodicness. So like we didn't even play Depression. Like we didn't even play Depression at Frankie's, just because like there was a lot of heavy bands going on. So I'm like, we'll just play some of our heavy songs.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and the same with Justin Fest, like, we opened up with Depth, didn't we? Yeah, because we played most of the bands that played decided to do like a 90s cover for Justin. Like,
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
so we played Rolling by Limp Bizkit.
Oh, that's
So, like,
awesome.
yeah,
That's awesome.
we opened up with that, and then I think we went straight from that into Depression, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we kind of tributed both those songs to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's like the way we have it set up. It's all on the computer, and I kind of just move the songs around how I want
Yeah,
to. So it's we literally change it for every set we do,
Yeah.
just based on what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like our last Hideaway show. I think I dedicated Depression to
Justin again,
Justin,
yeah, because
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
that big thing on the wall that Justin lives
That's it.
here.
And every time I go to Hideaway, it reminds me of Justin and stuff. As
Yeah,
well.
always.
Always, eh? So, you know, Justin lives here. He, you know, to all of us,
Yeah.
I think he does. So,
Yeah, like,
whenever
we're
we
getting
play
the
there,
like
yeah.
we're getting a practice space pretty soon. We're like making a practice space so we can jam, and I actually want to write that on the wall as well. That Justin's
for
with
sure.
here, yeah. He like, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
That'd be mad. Yeah.
People from Z Vegas have played.
Yeah,
And you
Totally.
take it with you on the road, so whenever you play somewhere, you fucking stick it. That's right.
yeah, that'd be mad.
If we ever get a tour van, it's going to be of Justin's face.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like a masquerade face. That's cool, man. I don't know. Really, we bought the fuels train on that one. I don't really know where to go from there.
we're full of the feels.
full just yeah.
No, I'll cry again.
Shout
Shout out to Justin.
Shout out Justin, definitely.
Yeah, we wouldn't be where we are without him. Like,
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
You know, we were the first band he signed on Z Vegas. Basically, we were with him before he started Z Vegas.
Yeah. I know you guys were with him for a long time. I never personally met him, but
Yeah,
when I realized he'd passed, I saw like people that like who were in the scene, but like I was sort of I was friends with them. All these people started coming out like
yeah,
it's so sad that Justin's passed, and it was like I was surprised. It was just a matter of time before I ran into him. I'm sure of it
Yeah.
because like he was such a pinnacle of the Sydney scene, and a scene that had shrunk.
definitely.
He
yeah.
was definitely one of the pinnacles that was holding it up and pushing it along, and
Yeah,
we're probably seeing the fruits of his labor now.
definitely. Yeah.
Like a year, it's probably coming up to a year since his passing.
In November.
November. Also,
yeah.
yeah, not even. But
Yeah.
like you can see that there's the work that he did there is still pushing through, and then with the tour bus stuff that they're doing
Yeah.
now, they're trying to get that sorted. Like, he's pushed the scene in emotion, and it's continuing, and I think it's really growing exponentially. And fingers crossed, it keeps expanding and it comes back strong because that's what we want.
It's definitely helped like all the bands he had on his label, especially like we were playing like barely any shows when he picked us up, and he picked us up because of where we were rehearsing. The guy that owns the rehearsal studio knew Justin; they were good mates.
Yeah.
And he heard us practicing. Cause we used to practice like every week, like all the time.
Yeah.
And he called Justin down. He's like, "You might want to check these guys out. They're pretty good." And then Justin just sat in on one of our practices. We didn't even know he was coming. And then he's like, "I'm gonna put you on some shows." And like the next month, we played with Dream on Dreamer.
Oh shit!
Like,
That's fucking
just,
insane.
he's just like, "Boom, I'm gonna put you on shows." Because he used to run Tattersalls.
ah,
Yeah, he used to run the shows that were on there. So he
is that Tattersall? Is that where's that at?
Penrith.
Ah,
Yeah, so he
sick.
chucked us on there with Dream on Dreamer, and then he started chucking us on a couple of shows, and then he told us he was starting up a booking
Booking
thing.
agency,
We were like,
yeah.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, he had so much faith in us, and he always gave us like the best opportunities he could. Like, it was never a "you're not a big enough band, you don't deserve this." It was, you deserve to have the go. Like, that's
Give it a chance. Yeah, give him a
Absolutely,
chance.
Yeah.
One thing I'll hold close to me, I seen him the Saturday before his passing, and
Slipknot?
at Slipknot.
Yeah.
So, and he said to me, he's like, looked at me, he smirked, and he's like, "You got some competition, mate." And I'm like, yeah, fuck. And I've heard like from a few people that he did, sort of believe in me in a little way or whatever, to be the next vocalist for Drowning Atlantis.
Yeah, after that
And-
Slipknot show, he actually inboxed me on the way home from the Slipknot show.
We'll see.
He's like, I was having a chat with Brock, and he's like, I really think you should consider him as a vocalist.
Oh,
Like,
well, I didn't even know about this
Yeah.
till now. so yeah, that's something I'll always hold that very close to my heart. That's for sure. Just I only knew him for not as long as the rest of these guys here, but maybe for just a year, maybe I would probably known him for. But just the fact that he did look at me when I was in the previous band and, you know, take me into consideration.
Yeah.
And, you know, put in a good word for me. Like, fuck, I'll hold that dearly to me.
Yeah, he always did so much. Like, even our tour he did, like, that was like, what? That went across the stage like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. He didn't charge us a cent.
Yeah.
He booked everything for us, like down to the cars, the trailers, the rooms, everything.
Shit.
And he's like, because you've been with me for so long, he's like, I'm not gonna charge us anything. So like, besides shows that besides the money he may have made at the shows, which I don't think he would have, he made nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came he came with us too. Like that's one thing I loved.
Yeah.
Rather than just put on the shows, he went with the bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, especially what happened, I'm really glad we got to spend those like 2 weeks with him. Like,
exactly. Yeah. I guess you could see that he really loved the scene.
Oh, absolutely.
And loved everybody that he like. Obviously, he loved everybody.
That's kind of what the song's about. The song's called Father to All.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
That's kind of how I saw it. So
no, 100%. And like, from the outside looking in, like I didn't know him personally, but I know you guys, and I can see from everyone who ever mentions his name, it's always like such an overwhelming thing for them to even just to talk about him, because it's like it's so hard to know that he's he's no longer with us, but he had such a profound effect on people. Like I think that's something that would never be lost, especially with you boys, because talking about Brock, fucking ages and ages and ages ago, about him getting into the band, and now you guys are together. Like it's almost eerily like a lot of foreshadowing. It's really cool. But he had a really profound effect on people, and he's a real loss, I think.
Even when like all this shit went down when we were in the studio, like our past vocalist, we messaged him as it happened. Yeah. And he hopped on a train and came to the studio.
He had like 3 hours sleep.
Yeah, he had 3 hours sleep, and he hopped on a train, came to the studio. He lives in Penrith. And he went out he caught the train out there.
Fuck.
And just sat in the studio. Like we finished the studio, like we had like a lunch break. He sat down. He's like, okay, what are we gonna do? And like he sorted out, like he's the one that got Kurt from Pillager on vocals for the tour, and then he asked Adam if Adam could do the rest of the tour. Like he organized everything. Yeah. He got we're recording at the Branch Studios with Clayton. Yeah. And he organized it with Clayton. He's like, okay, he's like, what if we finish early and save a couple of days, and we'll finish it at another date. Yeah. And then he's like, and we'll just push forward with the tour. Like he organized everything for it. It was Yeah. He was like Mr. Fix It. Like if there's any issue, he'd come and we would just fix anything that was any issue with. So, no, it's awesome, man. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Fuck, I think we're just gonna finish on that, man. I think I don't really know. There's nowhere else you can go from there. We used to always call him Daddy too. We used to call him the Scene Daddy. All right. Fucking everyone on the Fuels train. I know. Sorry about that. No. I think I brought that up. No. Don't be sorry, mate. No. Actually, you did. You brought up Justin Fest. I did bring up Justin Fest, mate. I can't remember what I talked about fucking 2 seconds ago. So. Who are you? What am I doing here? Let's start it again. All right. We're here with Drowning Atlantis. We're here with Double Chamber. Drowning Atlantis. All right. So, good shit, mate. This is the one. I'm not used to holding the microphone. I don't do this. Yeah, mate. You got to do the stereotypical fucking wrap it around your neck thing. What is it? You like wrap it up. I'm gonna sing about my ex-girlfriend and how much I love the sea. Oh, mate, you don't want to hear that song. Mate, I love the sea so much. Pizza. I love the sea. This one goes out to my parents. Actually, I was talking about this with Double Chamber quickly. Mate! I was talking about it, and they're like, with people doing shout-outs between every fucking song. What's your stance on that? Like, every song, there's a 5-minute break in between songs, because they're like, oh, I just want to thank you guys so much for coming out. Like, I love you so much. Yeah. It's like, it gets a bit much. I think it's very 2008. It's like... Actually, the one band I have seen that I actually don't mind the stuff they say between songs. Like, it's okay saying some things. Yeah. But, some bands go on, like, rants and stuff. Stick to your guns. Every rant he goes on, I wouldn't even call it a rant. Every speech he does between his songs is so fucking inspirational. That's mad. I love it.
Something I dig from Hollow Heart as well. That vocalist is very...
Yeah, well, he's very inspired by Stick to Your Guns and what's that other band called?
Drowning Atlantis.
Story So Far.
Yeah, I love his motivational speeches.
There's
that
one
he
band
said
that
and
like there's one band that entire band is like really influenced by, and they played with Stick to Your Guns recently, and I can't remember what they're called. I
I'm
think
not
it's a
sure.
story so far or something like that.
Kesha.
Alright.
Yeah, Kesha.
I think it was Kesha. Yeah, it was Kesha, definitely.
Yeah, Kesha.
That wake up in the morning feeling like
Feel
P
like P
Diddy.
Diddy.
Mate, it speaks to the heart. Speaks to the
Feeling
heart.
like C Diddy.
C Diddy. Hey, C Diddy. Check out my mixtape. It's fire.
I flirted with Kesha once. True story.
Did you?
I did.
We
On Twitter.
going to talk about this now?
Probably not.
On Twitter?
She replied.
She replied?
She replied with a winky face.
Oh, ooh.
It
It was.
was that dude she took to court.
All right. Fuck yeah, guys! Thank you so much. We're gonna just wrap. Fuck, I'm just gonna wrap it up. Were you guys playing next? What's next week's date, Matt? You should do you plug your dates and all the
plug.
shit. Plug it.
What am I doing? What
The
we're playing?
dates. The dates. What are you playing?
We're playing 20th of May at the Ballface Stag with Daily Chase, Isotopes, 10 Years Too Late, and I guess Pandora. That's it. We're playing 10th of June, I believe it is, at Port Macquarie, whatever the Saturday is around that date. Yeah, and that hasn't been announced either.
To be
Technically,
announced. A lot of
yeah,
shit to be announced.
end of June and the entirety of July, we're on tour with very good friends of ours. Is it the 10th? Was it right? The 10th? I got it right. The 10th for Macquarie. But yeah, the entirety of July, we're on tour with some very good friends of ours, but it gets announced on the 21st.
Spoiler alert, it's Kesha.
Oh shit, Cash has
Yeah.
gone on tour.
Good friends of ours.
20. So yeah, check out. You guys are Drowning Atlantis Facebook.
Yeah, I think everything is
Drowning
Drowning Atlantis except for
Drowning Atlantis.
yeah, everything is Drowning Atlantis except for Twitter because it doesn't fit. So Twitter is like DA Band Sydney.
Okay.
Yeah,
How I know
everything.
this shit, I do not know.
Everything's just Drowning Atlantis.
Bandcamp.com/nah, fucked up.
Just search
Bandcamp.
Drowning Atlantis,
Yeah,
you'll
just
find
search
us.
Drowning Atlantis.
So it's all on the webs.
Yeah.
You'll find it.
And we're hitting it.
Send us some dank memes.
Yeah, we love the dank memes and the woofers and the
And we're
puppers.
hitting the studio, and our new EP should be out mid-year.
Fuck yeah, mid-year.
So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Mate, if this hasn't fucking imploded by then, I'll definitely have you guys back on. When you
That's it.
release EP, get the pre-order bundles.
And we
Fuck
can
yeah.
talk. We can get this released and be like, okay, we've got a full length almost finished.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, when we'll do another one for sure,
Literally what he just said.
mate. Chris, no, I said that, and then Chris repeated it.
I'm waiting for him to like all of a sudden click what happened at the start. He was like, mate, we're Drowning Atlantis, not double chamber.
Fuck. Oh fuck.
It's okay. You also called him Joel.
Did I?
Yeah, like half hour ago.
Did I?
It's on camera.
I think I mentioned. Oh fuck.
Yeah, we were talking about Joel. And you're like, so how do you feel, Joel, about all this? I'm like, oh.
Oi. That's all right.
Shout out
Mate.
the Joel.
Brock, the
Barack
legend of the
Obama.
mountain.
Something fierce.
All right, we're gonna let him
Hey.
go. All right, this has been the Killer Set podcast, and fuck it, we're done. Done. Whoop.
I'm gonna get P3. Shout the P3.
P3. Whoop whoop. And Kesha. DA out.